morning, everybody. We want to bring you up on some of the things that are going on here in the city of Enterprise. Of course, we have Waterworks that is putting up a new tank, and it's going to be one of our larger tanks. And this is going to make our water supply a little bit more available, and of course we'll have some of the best equipment that I see. And looking around, the improvements that have been made with all of our tanks and whatnot. You notice there about the City of Progress, and you notice how clean they are and how it looks around there. So we'll continue to improve everything. And of course, all this is a tribute to our field superintendent, Alan May. And I'm going to ask him to come over and please tell us more about what's going on.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, yes, sir. We're drilling a new well on the bypass there behind the adjacent bypass well, and a new tank behind the adjacent bypass tank. And kind of give a little bit of history on the bypass well and tank. The old well was drilled in 1960, the one that's there now. And it was a 750 gallon minute well. That was the first well there, first rural well that Enterprise had.
Okay.
And so that well was drilled in 1960, came online in 1961. They tell me that they had to drive across the cotton field and the peanut field to check that well every day. And then a couple of years later, they built the tank, the elevated tank. And then, of course, in 65, I believe, is when the bypass came along. So there was nothing on that side of town, but somebody seen the future and knew that one day that side of town was going to grow. And boy, has it grown.
Oh, yes.
And so this tank that was there, it was a 500 million gallon tank. But over 50 years, that tank has become overburdened from the demand on that side of town. So we needed to build a larger tank, which is 1.5 million gallons, and a larger well. The old well, when it first put in, was a 750 gallon minute well, and then over the years, as the water was depleted in that well, it went down to 650 gallons. So the demand was higher really than what the well and the tank could produce. And so this new well, we consulted with a geologist. His name is Marlon Cook. Marlon looked at the situation. He said we'd go down a couple hundred more feet and get 1,000 gallons a minute. And so that's what we did, and we did get 1,000 gallons a minute. So now we'll have 1,000 gallon a minute well. We'll have a 1.5 million gallon storage tank. And so this will be good for another 50 years. And so that side of town continues to grow, and we'll have plenty of excess water for that side of town to continue to grow.
All right.
So it's just, kind of stay ahead of the game with all this growth and making sure that our water system is ahead of that because we have to have water to grow. That's the first thing we have to have is a good water supply. And so that's a good project that I'm proud of, and I look forward to completing that project.
Alan, I really appreciate the job that you are doing, you and your staff. And it's one thing that I can truthfully say that you are up on everything. I mean, you know where this is, that is, and the water supply, when it's up, when it's down, when we need to do this. And one thing about it, you do an excellent job in making our water supply stay as is or above. So again, congratulations and to you and your staff. Be sure to tell your men and women that I appreciate the job that they are doing.
Yes, sir. We thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much.